and Dujanovic.
I want you to look at my monitor, Dave. I'm watching a turkey get lowered into a turkey fryer, and bam, it just explodes in flames. We're going to talk about turkey fryer safety right now because Dave's got a confession.
Okay, so a few years ago, we decided to deep fry our turkey. And we ended up in a terrible situation because I knew all the things you're supposed to do. Keep it away from the house, measure the right amount of oil. We did all these things. And then, I cannot be blamed for this, it starts raining outside. It starts raining outside. Well, you can't fry a turkey in a rainstorm, obviously, right? So we may have moved it inside of the garage.
When it was frying?
It wasn't frying yet. It was just, we moved it into the garage. Again, this is my brother and I. All bad things happen when we're together. We grabbed the turkey, and it's like a pretty big turkey. It's like 20-pounder, so we're trying to lower it in. We're doing some teamwork, and we're lowering it in, and it starts to bubble over a little bit.
Oh, no.
And starts spitting and splattering around. I may have abandoned my brother. And I'm like, I'm out. And I abandoned it. And there he is caught, with a half-submerged turkey that's spitting and sputtering. And I'm like, good luck, buddy.
Oh, no. Everything was okay?
Well, yeah. I mean, we had some spills, but no fire started. But, yeah, it was inside the garage. It was a terrible situation.
Awful.
But the bird turned out delicious.
900 homes every year across the United States, according to Fox News, destroyed because of deep fryer fires. And these are the massive, deep turkey fryers that you see on sale. And then you get the peanut oil with it. And then you put it, let's ask Ben Porter. He's with the Unified Fire Authority. He's on the line live with us. I think Dave did it all wrong.
Hey, thanks for having me today. I'm still having a little bit of anxiety hearing his story. That sounds wild.
Imagine being his co-host. Okay, so what? I mean, I'm no expert at deep frying a turkey, but I would say pulling the deep fryer into the garage is exhibit 1 for the lawsuit.
It's probably not an ideal situation for sure, but I can't say I've ever had anyone tell me that a rainstorm broke out either. So it sounds like just a string of bad luck.
Yeah. It was terrible luck, and I mean, it only takes about 35 or 45 minutes to cook the turkey. So you leave it to the last minute. We were in a terrible situation, and I think sometimes when you're desperate, your brain shuts off. Is that your experience?
You know what? If you just try and stay calm and don't make it emergency, a lot of times you can get through it without it becoming an emergency. So it sounds like you guys did that.
Okay, Ben. So tell us, what should Dave do next time he deep fries a turkey to keep from burning down the house?
Well, it's the first time I'm going to say this, but maybe check the forecast. It sounds like that's the new thing that I'm going to have to add to the list. So check the forecast, and then it sounds like he was doing everything else right. We want to make sure that those turkey fryers are on a level surface. We want to make sure that they're at least 10 feet away from a structure or any kind of overhang or a garage, we'll say.
Yeah.
Don't leave your fryer unattended. I always like to make sure that people know just keep your children and pets away from it. They won't ever intend to knock it over, but we don't want a bump to knock that fryer over and cause a bad accident. Obviously, we want to look at the fill lines on those turkey fryers. Now, if you're watching the video that we just put out the other day, we've had a few people reach out and say, "Oh, you guys overfilled it." We did not. We had the recommended amount of oil in that fryer. So that just goes to show how dangerous they can be if you're not doing it properly. Make sure those turkeys are thawed out fully. And then one last little bit, make sure they're dried off. So pat them dry with some paper towels. Make sure that you're not, dunking a sopping wet turkey, because that's what that oil is going to react to and cause that spill over and then ultimately cause that fire.
What do you recommend as far as the temperature of the oil specifically? Because that was one of my experiences. Is it's kind of hard to monitor and keep track of the temperature of the oil itself.
Yeah, so I mean, I did a quick Google search the other day, and they said about 375, 350 to 375 seems like what all the recipes are calling for. I'd be lying to you if I told you I ever fried a turkey myself, but the recommended temperature seems to be right between that 350 375.
What happens if the oil gets too hot?
Yeah, if you get that oil too hot, you can cause a fire just without even putting the turkey in there. That oil has a flash point where it's gonna start going on its own, and every oil is going to be different. But typically, those oil fryers are going to have some kind of high temperature thermometer that comes with them. When you put that thermometer in there, it'll typically have some kind of caution or a red zone that tells you you're getting too hot, and definitely pay good attention to that. Don't push the limits there.
So 10 feet from the house is what Unified Fire Authority recommends to fry a turkey. You're saying now you're going to add. Don't make sure you check the forecast. It's not going to rain or snow.
Not in a rainstorm.
But Dave moving it into the garage with his bro, man, I think they're lucky. But you're the expert, Ben. What do you think?
You know, I don't know. That's a tough question. I think that.
Come on. Say it.
Inside was a bad decision. You can say it. You can say it.
It was probably not the best thing to do. I don't know. Maybe try and find an easy up tent or something, or maybe just.
That actually would have been a better idea. Now that you say it, the easy up tent.
Wow.
Ben Border, my goodness,
Fun
thank
to have
you.
you on.
No, that's great.
Absolutely.
Great
Thank you
tips.
so much.
Best of luck. I hope you guys have a super boring day and that you're not responding to any of the Noriega house fires that are on the horizon.
Appreciate Unified Fire Authority, always their willingness to jump on the line and give our listeners the lowdown on how to keep themselves and their families safe, because we don't want you to be a fire starter on Thanksgiving.
The only reason you don't fry turkeys, Debbie, is because you've never eaten a fried turkey.
You said
a
they're
fried
delicious.
turkey is incredible. It is incredible. It's my favorite way to eat a turkey. It's a hassle. It costs $50 in oil alone. So that is not a joke. The peanut oil is like $50 for 3 gallons. It takes a ton, but man, it is. If money's not a problem, then it is worth it.